Hey traders, back to another YouTube video, and today is going to be a mindset sharing session, so watch this till the end. And let's talk about, first thing first, why, to me, it's not just about trading. The way you become a successful entrepreneur, I'm not saying I'm successful. I'm just trying to define, if your goal is to really get to top levels, whatever, money, the figure that you're looking to make, you need to make a lot of big sacrifices, and you need to have that major mindset shift, because most of the time, to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to do things that actually counter our human nature. For example, managing fear, increasing your pain threshold, fight or flight, and avoiding fight or flight system. So all these are just various things you have to learn. So in conclusion, there are 5 points that I believe why majority of people, they struggle in life, and they tend to just, they spend majority of their life in a job that they hated to do, knowing that they could have done so much better, knowing that there are better options out there, but they still, just stay in the same comfort zone for the rest of their life. But I'm not here trying to say, hey, ditch 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is essential. Without 9 to 5 people in the world, the entire earth, we just can't function normally. We need people like that. But I hope, for majority of watching this video, you're different. You're slightly different, and you have you have a bigger picture. Yeah. You have big goals. So let's talk about the first point, which is focus on others, comparison. I've been in the trading journey for about 6 years plus, and I've personally been, heavily invested in various, whether businesses, is asset or whatever, for the past 4 years. And I can tell you honestly, I've seen a lot of people, and I have also seen many traders, because I run the 1%ers Trade Club. I've seen over 200 people or 200 traders. Most of them, they just focus on gossip, they focus on others, and they just have tons of unnecessary comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. I know sometimes unavoidable, it's quite overwhelming, in fact, especially when I was in my early career, when I just started having the entrepreneurial mentality. I was so fragile. I was like, when I see someone doing better than me, I'll try to throw hate. I'll think negatively of him, or he must be doing something shady. He must be, cheating or whatever. But in fact, not really. But in the forex space, I know there's a lot of gurus out there that are not doing things the most ethical way. But when I'm pointing out this video, is not about just the trading space, right? It's also about when you keep putting your time into comparing yourself to someone else, where you two of you apparently have complete different path, complete different direction, complete different situation, but you just keep comparing. It's just a waste of time, and it's pure thief of joy. So imagine today, I have a friend who's in a logistic business, and he's doing 8 figures a year. Would I compare myself to him? I'm not at 8 figures level yet. I'm only at 7 figures. So on average, let's say I make about one and 1.5 million a year for my current level. But guess what? Would I say I'm making 1.5 millions from my trading and various businesses, compared to him making 10-20 millions? Would I say I'm a pure noob? Would I say I'm bad? No. We have different goals. Yes, I'm making less money, but I get to spend more time with my family, and I get to travel around the world. While him, he's running a 1,000 plus employees, empire. He has to oversee the entire business operation every single day. He needs to be in the office. He needs to be in constant meetings here and there, flying around the world, just to meet up with different clients. There's a difference. There's a difference in goals, and that's why I stopped. At one point, I just I'm gonna stop comparing. When you first bought your Rolex, for example, when you first have your first Rolex, do you think majority of people that get really excited, they start looking at someone else, or the Piguet, their APs, and they start seeing, hey, there's actually Patek Philippe PP, there's actually also Richard Mille, and on top of that we got Jacob and Co. So it's never ending. If you keep comparing, I'm sitting on a business of first class. There'll be people renting private jet. There'll be people owning their own private jet. So if you just keep comparing, you're essentially just wasting your time. Why not you put in the effort, the energy to make the most out of yourself? You just let me work harder. Let me figure it out. How can I get to the next level? And believe it or not, up until today, many of my students, many of my trade club members, they have seen me gone from like 6 figures year to right now 7 figure. And they've seen me, some of them have seen me, taking a few $100 trade to few thousand to 5 figures to sometimes 6 figures trade. They see my progress as well. And that's why our trade club is so valuable. The same goes to all of you. If you are new to my channel, you watch my P&L and say, hey, he just made like 15, 20K in one trade. Don't you ever think it's like an overnight success. It's not. It's 6 years of effort. It's lots of hard work. So first point, remember, focus on yourself and stop the comparison, because most of the time people do what, they focus on others and they just keep comparing unreasonably, and they end up they're just not happy at all. And it goes to second point, why majority of traders that are struggling is because they have and me as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I can be direct and tell you the most important thing to become successful at whatever you're doing is confidence. Even when your wife, your family, your parents, when no one else believes in you, you need to have the confidence, look at yourself and say, I'm gonna make it. I tell you very honestly, if you watch one of my previous video, if you simply just give me a second. So if you simply just go into my...
Hi traders, welcome back to another video. So this video, let's reveal how much have I made from this year. So I would like to highlight this.
YouTube channel.
Last year,
you can actually see there was a video where I say that is probably one of my best videos so far, surprisingly. I said that I turned myself from 500,000 debt into 3 million plus. When you see something like this, I want all of you to imagine one thing. When I was at my lowest point in life, like I was in heavy debt. When I say debt, the other day some of you correct me and say, hey, it's debt. Yeah, it's when I was in $500,000 debt. Do you think I was positive? I was like any of you. I was like crying in the shower. I was waking up with zero to no motivation at all. But guess what? I have to pull my sleeve up. I have to slap myself up, and I have to keep moving forward. And then it goes to point two. If you have a lack of faith, if you have zero confidence, how are you supposed to move forward? Whenever you're trying to move forward, no one else pulling you back. You are the one that's pulling you back. To become good at whatever you're doing, especially right now, I'm a full-time trader for the past 4+ years. There will be times I go through drawdowns as well. All of my trade club members, majority of it in my free Telegram group, since mid of August until early October, until late September, I was in a $16,000 drawdown. I was in a drawdown, really flat period for 1.5 months. But guess what? On late September to early October, and right now we're at 19th of October, within 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, we'll say, I made over $60,000+. Guess what? I don't just recover my drawdown, I tripled the amount, more than triple the amount. I lost about $16,000. I'm currently up about $60,000+, about $62,000 in positive. So I just want to tell all of you, no matter what you're doing in life, there will always be challenges. There will always be something that's out of your comfort zone. That just randomly, when you're doing things well, all of a sudden there will be some sort of obstacle pop up to challenge you. And I want all of you to just remember that challenge itself is not to beat you up, it's not to defeat you and ask you to surrender. It is there to make sure you learn new lessons and you keep moving forward. I just want all of you to imagine if today your life is so smooth, no challenge, like no obstacle at all, you just sail smooth all the way, like an ocean, you just sail all the way through. How plain your life is going to be, right? How mundane it's going to be. So remember, lack of faith, zero confidence is also one of the reasons why majority of people end up, they just fail to achieve anything. Now goes to the third point. Procrastination. Procrastination is also another major factor why majority of traders struggle, because they keep planning. They plan, and they still plan. I've seen a lot of people, last year they tell me, hey Neil, I have big goals, I'm planning to do this, XYZ, blah 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 blah, that's my picture, that's my goal, that's my dream, I'm gonna smash it. The next December, let's say they told me last October, the following year, 1.5 years later, and I asked them, hey, how's everything? Oh, I haven't started, I'm still planning. They just keep planning. And there's something we say, taking action is better than perfection. If you ask every single good leader, top leaders out there, or CEOs, the really successful one, they'll always tell you one thing: action first, think later. Of course, when it comes to some major business decisions or investment decisions, you have to do the preparation. Like even as a trader, we have to do our game plan, we have to do our daily journal, we have to make sure we have our criteria set up. But when it comes to taking action, it's a different thing. Like in this world, we got billions of people. Why some people are always faster? That's because they hesitate less and they do first. They do first because they know no matter how much you plan, no matter how detailed your proposal is or whatsoever, when it comes to actual execution, this person A that goes first versus this person B that goes later, with a full of plan and 1 year of planning, you will still face obstacles. So why not just do it first and figure out the rest later? So when obstacles pop up, you solve it. Things pop up, you solve it. Just like a trader, no matter how good you are, like me, I have an edge. Yeah, I'm trading not bad, decent, 5-6 figures a month. There will be times where things are stuck, and guess what? I have to sort of unwind myself, and I have to reset and go back to my beginner mentality and refocus and learn things all over again and do some fine-tune here and there. It's a long journey. So remember, take action, not perfection. That's the best way for you to achieve something out of your dream. Sorry for my throat. I keep having to pause the video to cough, then come back. Fourth point. Poor money management and value perspective. I actually talked about this in our free Telegram group today. I've spoken with wealthy individuals. They are at 8 figures level, and some of them, they are running massive companies. I realize they all have one common theme, which is they're extremely focused on education, self-growth, self-development, and investment. While the so-called poor people, the ordinary people who are working 9 to 5, they are struggling. They focus on a few things. They focus on impressing other people. They focus on chasing unnecessary materialistic items like the latest iPhone, the latest Apple Watch, the new release concert tickets, yada yada. Just complete different value perspective. And the more wealthy someone is, the more willing they are to invest in learning, invest in developing a new high income skill. And that's the major difference. I lost count of how many times I've spoken with traders who lost 10, 20, 100k, 500k in trading. And they asked me, hey, what can you help? How can you help me? What can I do? I told them, hey, I don't do anything. I cannot sing song for you. I cannot dance for you. The only thing I can do is I guide you through. You join my trade club. I give you the education. I give you the blueprint of how I personally went from debt to right now doing decent. And when they ask me how much, and I say, $1, $1,000. And they will tell me, that's pretty expensive. And then when they say that sentence, I know this person is not rescuable. Right? It's fine, I give up. For people who have lost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars gambling the market, when I tell them I can teach you how to do it, but you just have to study all our lessons, 200-300 lessons. The other day, one of the traders struggling, and I told him, hey, you have to study our 300 lessons. He said, that's way too long, I'm not going to do it. Then how am I supposed to help you? I'm just giving you my blueprint. Some people, they say $1,000 is expensive. That's because either you cannot afford it, or second thing, your value perspective just doesn't align with mine. Trade club prices keeps going higher and higher because I want less people coming in. You will never once see me throw any discount. If I were to do that, I become a marketer. I don't do that. I don't throw discount. I keep increasing the prices. Back to the value perspective. And that's that's the big difference between the wealthy and the ordinary people is they're always trying to learn new things. They're always trying to develop the more income flow, more passive. While the ordinary, all they do is they keep trying to protect. Like I always tell my friends and people who are trying to learn either from me or trying to grind all the way up, I always tell them, if you today make $1,000 a month, how much can you save? If you were to not eat, not have a shelter, not spend, you will still be saving $1,000 a month. But if today you make $10,000, you now can save 50% of that. You still have an excess of $5,000. What if today you make $50,000? You can spend $20,000, you still have an excess of $30,000. And that's why the wealthier gets wealthier, the rich gets richer, because they focus on building income. They never care about, oh, how can I keep saving? How can I keep saving? Money management is important. Money management simply means you focus on spending your money in the right place and parking them into the right spot. But if your mentality is always I want to save, I want to save, I want to save, and you keep protecting the small money you have, if your bank only has $10,000, no matter how you protect, it's still 10,000. You should be thinking about how can I multiply it, right? And I want to talk about one very interesting thing as well. Every time when I post any P&L related thing, when I post any like this kind of big P&L, like 25K, people try to say things like, is it demo, is it all that? First thing first, I don't feed my family with demo account, and I don't do boot camps. I do run the 1% Trade Club, but these are no way near my main source of income. I even post lots of evidence like how much money I make in different things. And for one last thing, for those haters, some of you, if you're watching this and you say, hey, Neil, you sell courses for living, you run Trade Club for a living. This is an email I posted a while ago, about 5 days ago. I received from my HSBC Premier Relationship Manager. She sent me a summary that I swiped about close to 966,000 ringgit in 1 year in credit card payments. So I want all of you to just bloody use your brain to think. If I can afford to swipe close to R1 million, which is about $250,000 on my credit card itself in 1 year, how much did I make? Think about it, like transparency. If it wasn't for transparency, I wouldn't send this in as well. It's because I want all of you to open your eyes, like open your world. While some of you think it's impossible to have a P&L like this, you think 25K is a lot. Last year, I literally swiped R1 million, which is about 250K in credit cards. And if I were to swipe this amount on my credit card, you can imagine my income is at least 4 to 5 times more than that, right? Minimum. So logical sense. This is for the hater, all right? This is for those people that don't believe it's possible. And now let's get to the final point, because my throat can't take it anymore. It's your priority. People who are constantly struggling in life, they put their focus, they put their attention onto the wrong thing. They're always focusing on something else. But when it comes to doing the thing that they know they're supposed to do, they always end up putting it the last. And that's also one thing. Priority, remember, priority is everything in life, because only when you know how to set a priority, you know your own principles as well. And principles is one of the key things that turned me into who I am today within 6 years. I can say I went from a complete broke to right now. It took me 6 years time. So that's it for the video. I'm sorry if throughout the video I keep coughing. Like right now I feel like coughing as well. I don't mean it. Sorry if it's a little bit annoying, it's a bit disgusting. So anyway, I hope you all learn from the video, full transparency, and I also hope you appreciate the fact that I'm not feeling well. I still make up this video for you all, and I literally still recorded a 20-25 minutes video before this for my Trade Club members. So anyway, if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. May all of you trade safe, trade well, and let's grow together. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.